So the big question is this: how do you lose all the weight that you want and actually keep it off for the rest of your life, while trying to make sense of all the noise that comes from the weight loss industry? That is the question. And this podcast will give you the answers.
G'day guys, and welcome to the next episode of the Weight Loss Secrets podcast. My name is Baron Grant. I'm excited to have you with me again for another little episode of tips and tricks and ideas that are going to help you to be able to lose all the weight you want and keep it off for the rest of your life. That's always the goal. And if you feel like you need some help on that journey, head to ditchingthediet.com where I can help you get started on your weight loss journey. Whether you grab my book or you book a call with me and we have a chat on the phone, or you can even get my online program. So that's the message first off. So today I want to talk about crazy diets. Now I reckon I could dedicate 15 different podcast episodes to this, and I'm sure I'll do some others later down the track and talk about this sort of stuff just a little bit more. But over the years of helping people lose weight, I've been blown away by some of the things that I've heard and things that people have tried in efforts and attempts to lose weight. I genuinely believe that if I ask somebody to sit naked upside down in the middle of the road and that will help them lose weight, some people would do it without any sort of thought or whether that makes any sort of sense from a biology perspective or anything. It doesn't matter. They'll just go and do it. And that's what I see all the time in a desperate search and in desperation, really, that many people that I talk to are feeling in that desperate situation. They try to find anything that's going to help them to be able to lose weight. And that's a real problem. It's a real problem because they end up getting sucked in by what I would call scams, just flat out scams where people are taking advantage of people to make some cash. And I don't particularly like that. If you want to lose weight, you've got to make good changes to your food and movement every single day for the rest of your life if you want to keep it off. Otherwise, whatever you try, it'll come back on with interest plus more, and not in the not too distant future from that. So the first question I have for you is, should you consider a crazy diet? If you've done a crazy diet before, should you consider it? Well, these are some of the crazy diets that I've heard of. Things like the lemon detox, the cabbage soup, the military diet. I saw one called the cookie diet. Now, that is so counterproductive just in the name, let alone how many cookies you have to eat in a day to make it work. I don't get how people would actually think that that's going to be great, but in desperation again, some people find themselves justifying why that could be a good thing for them to do. I've seen the ice cream diet, the strawberry fast, the egg diet was another one. I remember having one conversation with a lady who told me that she'd gone on an extreme diet of 500 calories a day, which is very, very low and not sustainable. Now, if you go on a 500 calorie a day diet, will you lose weight? Yeah, 100%, because you're consuming maybe 1,000 less calories than your body needs, during the day, or maybe even more. So will you lose weight? Yes, you will lose weight. But will you put that weight back on? Yes. As soon as you go back to eating the way that you were, you'll put the weight back on. And that is the big problem with these diets and these approaches to losing weight. Because as soon as you stop eating the prescribed crazy stuff, you're going to put all the weight back on because you haven't changed habits. You haven't done anything that's different, really, that can be done long term. It's just a short term crazy fix that serves really no purpose. Because what I do know is this: when people lose weight fast, and you can lose weight fast eating the right stuff, by the way, it's a whole nother discussion. But when they jump on one of these crazy diets, they drop a heap of weight real quick, and then they put it back on, and they're more demoralized that they've got to start again and do it again rather than just deciding to eat healthy. So I remember one lady that I spoke to quite a long time ago. She said to me on the phone she loved this diet that she was on. I won't name it, but she had to put drops under her tongue. Now, this lady was convinced that those drops were making her lose weight. She's like, 100% Baron, it makes me lose weight. Whatever's in these drops, I'm losing weight. And I said, and what are you eating? She said, 500 calories a day. And I'm like, you can't be serious. It is the 500 calories a day that you are eating that is making you lose weight. These drops under your tongue are doing nothing. It's just these gimmicky kind of things that people see that, oh, that's going to fix this hormonal imbalance in my body or whatever it is. It's the 500 calories a day that has made the person lose weight. So, but that's never sustainable. And that is a classic, up and down yo-yo dieting approach. So I really want you to think about, like, if you're looking at jumping into one of these diets, maybe again, or for the first time, I'd really want you to consider whether that is a great idea for you long term. Understanding that you will put the weight back on after you lose it unless you make some significant changes. If your diet is crap before you start, and then you do a lemon detox, and then it's crap again afterwards, that it's pointless, because all the weight will come back on, and normally a little bit faster, and a little bit more will come on as well. And it'll give you short-term happiness and then long-term sadness. And that's not what we want. That's not what we want at all. So I want you to really think about why you're losing weight in the first place. So if you've got an event coming up and you're like, man, I've got to smash this out, because if I don't smash this out, I'm not going to look good in that dress, or I'm not going to feel comfortable going to that thing. I know Barron said don't do it, but I'm going to hit the lemon detox or the cabbage soup or the military diet or any of these crazy things. It's not, that's not great. Losing weight for an event in general is not great. We should lose weight to be healthy, because then it's a long-term sustainable change in your head. So my real encouragement today is, I want you to think twice about heading down any of these crazy fad diet paths. They might seem cool, and maybe some fancy celebrity lost 10 kilos in 2 weeks or whatever they lost, and that seems appealing because they're like, well, if they can do it, then I can do it. Always remember that celebrities selling items or talking about certain programs or whatever, they're making a buck off doing that pretty quickly. And so that's product placement, and they're getting paid maybe millions for sponsoring that detox or that thing or whatever it is. So they have no vested interest in helping you actually get there or making the changes you need to make it long term. So lemon detox, cabbage soup, military diet, cookie diet, ice cream diet, none of those are going to give you long-term sustainable weight loss. You might get a little kick for a week. How good, but you can get a kick for a week without worrying about that and just starve yourself if you want. Don't do any of them. Just think about how you want to change to be healthy for the rest of your life. If you want to feel like, look like, smell like a healthy person, then you've got to make choices like a healthy person. If, healthy people just don't eat a lot of crap. I'm not talking about skinny fat people, those people who eat garbage and they're sick on the inside. I'm talking about real healthy people make good decisions about their food every single day. And if you want to be a real healthy person, not a skinny fat, but a real healthy person, then you've got to make good decisions about your food every day. Whether you like chocolate or not, chocolate can't be a staple in your life all the time. It just can't, because it'll add the weight on. Whether you like eating loads of pasta, or you like eating loads of rice, or you like eating loads of bread, or you like eating any of that sort of stuff, it doesn't matter what we like. The reality is, if we eat foods that are very dense in calories, very dense in sugar, very dense in carbohydrates, we're cooked. We will gain weight at a frantic rate. So instead of finding a quick fix, something revolutionary that's going to fix your weight loss or your weight problem, maybe let's look at how can I live healthy. And the perk and the benefit of living healthy, being active and moving and eating good, clean food that we should always eat anyway, is that, you'll lose a bucket load of weight really quickly when you do that. You'll actually lose faster eating healthy food than you will on any of these crazy detox or soup diets. 100%, but you've got to eat the right stuff. So that's the takeaway today. If you're thinking about starting another crazy diet or starting one for the first time, don't do it. Stay away, run 1,000,000 miles and just go and eat some carrots or eat something out that is healthy, some lettuce, some anything that is low calorie vegetables. Go nuts and eat some good protein and eat some good, clean, healthy food, but stay away from the fad diets. It's highly likely you don't need a detox at all. I think that's the most overstated load of nonsense in the history of the world. You need to just eat good all the time. And when we do that, we'll feel healthy and happy. That's my message for today. We'll talk tomorrow.